Hey yo, what's good fam? Welcome back to the channel, and today we gotta talk about one of the most cold-blooded, straight up diabolical sections in diss track history. Kendrick Lamar's Meet the Gram.
I look at him and wish your grandpa would have wore a condom. I'm sorry that you gotta grow up and then stand behind.
Daddy should have been swallowed.
Bro, he's talking to his son.
Fucked up thing to say. That's so fucked up.
You should have never been conceived. It's wild.
Bruh, this ain't just a diss, this is generational warfare. Kendrick ain't just coming for Drake's bars, he coming for his bloodline, his legacy, his whole identity as a father. Let's break down why these bars to Adonis hit different, why this is psychological warfare on a level hip-hop ain't never seen before. First off, Kendrick don't just attack Drake, he speaks to Drake's child. That's wild, beloved. This ain't just your dad is weak, this is let me raise you instead. Kendrick literally offering himself as a father figure, a mentor to Drake's own son. That's not just disrespect, that's rewriting the whole family structure. He's attacking Drake's present, his legacy, his relationship with his son, his ability to be a role model, everything a father's supposed to represent. This is deeper than bars, this is a whole new level of psychological warfare. So what we breaking down today? That wish your grandpa wore a condom line and all the layers behind it. The callback to Control from 2013 where this beef really started. Kendrick offering to mentor Adonis, saying your daddy don't teach you shit. The Good Kid reference, the death before dishonor lesson with the T.I. pissing incident, why Kendrick positions himself as the father figure Drake can't be, the parental trauma things from Mr. Morale, the strip club and objectification of women allegations, the For All the Dogs flip, and why this approach is more damaging than any direct Drake diss. Let's get into it. Alright, let's start with that wish your grandpa wore a condom line.
I look at him and wish your grandpa would have wore a condom. I'm sorry that you gotta grow up and then stand behind.
Daddy should have been swallowed.
You should have never been conceived. It's wild.
Bro, he's talking to his son.
Fucked up thing to say. That's so fucked up.
Bruh, Kendrick basically saying, looking at Adonis makes me wish Drake was never born. Not I wish Drake would go away, but I wish Drake never existed. That's existential erasure, fam. The audacity to say that to the child. Addressing Adonis, but really speaking to Drake. The cruelty is next level. Your own son makes me wish you were never born, because if you were never born, all this damage, all this corruption wouldn't exist. The irony, if Drake was never born, neither would Adonis. But Kendrick saying that might have been better for everyone. That's a wound that don't heal. Now peep the Control callback. This connects directly to Kendrick's 2013 verse on Big Sean's Control, where he called out the whole rap game, said he'd murder everyone's careers, and had that condom / parachute wordplay about being better off dead. Now, 11 years later, he bringing that same energy to Drake specifically and directing it at Drake's father and grandfather. Kendrick saying, remember when I started this? I never forgot. I've been planning your destruction since 2013. That's the long game, the patience, the calculated revenge. That's chess, not checkers. Why is this so devastating? Because attacking someone's right to exist is the ultimate disrespect. Not you're a bad rapper, but you shouldn't be here. That's philosophical, that's existential. Kendrick suggesting Drake's existence is a net negative for the world. His birth was a mistake that created generational damage, and now that damage is being passed to Adonis. The cruelty is intentional. Kendrick wants Drake to feel this, wants him to think about his own father, his relationship with his son, his legacy, what he's passing down. Imagine Drake hearing this with Adonis. How you explain that to your child? How you defend against someone saying you shouldn't exist? That's a permanent psychological scar. Every time Drake looks at Adonis, he might think of this. Every time Adonis gets older and hears this track, the damage compounds over time. This ain't just a diss, it's a curse. Kendrick planting seeds in Drake's mind that gon' grow forever. Now let's talk about the let me be your mentor line. Kendrick literally offering to replace Drake as father figure. Not metaphorically, directly. Your dad is failing you, so I'll step in.
Life is hard, I know. The challenges always go beat us home.
Oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ.
Let me be your mentor, since your daddy don't teach you shit.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You're not teaching Adonis how to be a man. Don't do that.
That's bold beyond belief. That attacks Drake's manhood at its core. Being a father is a fundamental masculine role, and Kendrick saying you're not qualified for this job. I'll take over the most important relationship in your life. That's a wound that don't heal, beloved. And then Kendrick calls Adonis a good kid. That's a direct reference to his own album, Good Kid, Mad City, about his journey growing up in Compton, surrounded by violence and temptation, but having guidance to stay on the right path. Now Kendrick offering that same guidance to Adonis. You're a good kid in a bad situation. Your environment, Drake, is corrupting you, but you can be saved if you have the right leadership. Kendrick positioning himself as the good father Adonis needs. That's a flex, that's a power move, that's a whole new level of disrespect. Strategically, this is genius. Drake can't just respond with, no, you're not his mentor. That sounds defensive and weak. Can't ignore it, that validates the claim. Can't attack Kendrick's fatherhood, Kendrick already positioned himself perfectly. Mr. Morale album established Kendrick as a thoughtful, present father. Album cover, him with his wife and kids, crown of thorns on his head, but present with his family. Whole album about breaking generational trauma. Kendrick got receipts of being a good father. Drake got controversies about his parenting. That's a mismatch. And yo, Drake's relationship with his own father was complicated. Pops wasn't always present. Drake rapped about the pain of an absent father. Now Kendrick suggesting you becoming what hurt you. You the absent or inadequate father now. And your son gonna suffer like you suffered. That's generational curse language, hitting Drake where he's most vulnerable. His relationship with his son and fear of repeating his father's mistakes. Now, let's get into the T.I. incident. Kendrick gives Adonis direct advice. Never let a man piss on your leg. Either you die right there or pop that man in the head.
Never let a man piss on your leg, son. Either you die right there or pop that man in the head, son.
Yo.
Never let someone piss on your leg, and he's not even talking metaphorically.
T.I. confirms long-standing rumor that his friend urinated on Drake. Nigga pissed on
That's
you?
death before dishonor. Street code. Defend your honor at all costs, even if it means death. That's teaching Adonis masculine values. Values Kendrick suggesting Drake don't have. The context? 2010, movie premiere for T.I.'s film Takers. T.I.'s friend Cap was drunk, urinated on Drake, and Drake did nothing. Didn't fight back, didn't retaliate, just took it. Meek Mill, Sauce Walka, T.I. himself all referenced this. T.I. said on track, so drunk in LA, end up pissing on Drake shit. Fuck it, that's still my brother since back in the trap house. The incident is verified by multiple parties. In street culture, that's ultimate disrespect. Someone literally urinating on you and you do nothing, that's emasculation. Kendrick using this to teach Adonis, don't be like your father. Your father let someone disrespect him and did nothing. That's not manhood, that's cowardice. Learn from his mistakes. Connects to earlier line, your dad is not responsive. Drake don't respond appropriately to disrespect, whether it's being pissed on or being dissed. And the double meaning, piss on your leg and tell you it's raining. That's an idiom. Means someone lies to you blatantly while disrespecting you. Kendrick suggesting Drake does this constantly. Lies to his fans, to his son, to himself. Sells a false image while reality is different. Don't let people gaslight you like your father does. Recognize disrespect, even when it's disguised. Now, let's talk about the parental trauma themes. Kendrick's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers album dealt extensively with parental trauma, breaking generational curses, healing from childhood wounds, being a better father than the one you had. Album cover, Kendrick with his wife and children, crown of thorns on his head, but present with his family. Whole album is about, I'm breaking the cycle. Now he's suggesting Drake is continuing the cycle. Kendrick acknowledges to Adonis, life is hard. Sometimes our parents make mistakes. Those mistakes affect us until we grow. That's empathy for Adonis. It's not your fault your dad is who he is, but you don't have to become him. That's therapeutic language, not battle rap. Kendrick positioning as a caring adult, wants to protect Adonis from Drake's influence. The contrast, Drake is threat, Kendrick is protector, to Drake's own son. Kendrick consistently frames this beef as a moral battle, not just competition. good versus evil. On Euphoria, he mentioned morals, integrity, discipline. Said, it's always been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. He hates what Drake represents. The objectification of women, the cultural appropriation, the lack of authenticity, the poor role modeling. Kendrick positioning himself as a good father. Drake is bad father. Adonis caught in the middle. Now, let's get into the strip club and objectification allegations. Drake frequently photographed at strip clubs, Starlets, Magic City, King of Diamonds, Blue Flame. This is documented, not speculation. Kendrick calling this out as problematic. Not just going to clubs, but the culture around it. Objectification of women. Transactional view of relationships. What kind of example is this for Adonis? Adonis's mother, Sophie Brousseau, was an adult film performer. Her image appeared on walls at Starlets, allegedly. Drake's line on Family Matters about 50 bag for the thought. Kendrick suggesting Drake views women as objects, transactions, including the mother of his child. This affects how Adonis will view women. What are you teaching your son about respecting women? Kendrick's contrast. Keisha's song on Section 80 about escorting, survival sex work, but approached with empathy and concern, warning his sister against that life, understanding the pain and exploitation. Kendrick's perspective, protection.
Nah, bro. He gonna hear this at some point.
I'm thinking that the entire time this nigga speaking, I'm like, Nigga said, let me be your mentor. And even, bro, he was
knowledge to him,
bro.
Give him game and shit. Like, maybe Pop's not teaching you this type of shit. Like,
bro,
this shit that's gonna help you in life.
He was uplifting him, bro.
616, he tried to talk to Drake in this way, and it's like, all right, I'm not getting through to you. You're a lost cause. Let me holler at the young boy.
I could change it.
Maybe I can help him out. Since I can't, like, you already stuck in your ways. Maybe I can help him out.
The man said, I wish your grandpa would have wore a condom, bro.
That shit's different.
He said, but you know, he didn't. You're in this world, so let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you. That's a fucking cold thing to say, dog.
Because you're not just saying, I wish your dad was. You're saying
the whole fucking lineage, dog. But since you here already, let me try to help.
Let me try to fix this
as best as I can.
Kendrick's contrast, Keisha's song on Section 80 about escorting, survival sex work, but approached with empathy and concern, warning his sister against that life, understanding the pain and exploitation. Kendrick's perspective, protection and care for women. Drake's perspective, according to Kendrick, exploitation and objectification.
Never fall in the escort business, that's bad religion. Please remember, you could be a bitch even if you got bitches.
You can be a bitch even if you got bitches.
Truer words have never been spoken.
Don't fall into the escort business, that's bad religion.
Two different masculine approaches. One is healthy role model, one is toxic. Kendrick asking, what will Adonis learn about women? From a father who frequents strip clubs, who has transactional relationships, who refers to women as thoughts, who objectifies even the mother of his child. This is a teaching moment. Your dad's view of women is wrong. Don't inherit his toxic masculinity. Learn to respect women as people, not objects. Now, the For All the Dogs flip, Drake's 2023 album, For All the Dogs. Drake positioning himself and crew as dogs. In slang, dog equals loyal, tenacious, hustler mentality. But Kendrick flips this. Uses bitch, female dog, is derogatory. Dog/dog is someone tenacious, whereas bitch is derogatory for female dog. Kendrick emasculating Drake's self-identification. Dogs in hip-hop can mean loyalty, but also can mean being someone's pet, following commands, being owned. Kendrick suggesting Drake is industry's pet, not independent, controlled. Teaching Adonis, your dad calls himself a dog, but really, he's on a leash. Don't aspire to be a dog, be a man. The animal versus human dichotomy. Drake reduced to animal, Kendrick elevated to mentor/father figure. All of this connects back to manhood questions. On Euphoria, where's a man? Cause I ain't seen him yet. Kendrick consistently questioning Drake's masculinity, not about sexuality, about character, being responsible, being present, being a role model. Dogs are loyal, but they're also pets. Men are independent, make choices, lead families. Kendrick saying Drake is stuck in boyhood, pethood, never matured into manhood, and therefore can't properly raise his son. Now, why is this approach the most devastating? Traditional disses attack the artist, your skills, your credibility, your past. But Kendrick attacks Drake's legacy, his relationship with his son, his role as father, his impact on the next generation. You can recover from you're a weak rapper. Hard to recover from you're failing your child. Because that's not about rap, that's about life. These bars will exist forever. Adonis will grow up and hear this. What does he think when he hears Kendrick say, "I wish you were never born. Let me be your mentor. Your daddy don't teach you shit. Never be like your father." Even if Drake responds perfectly, these words are out there. In Adonis's mind and public consciousness, the damage is permanent. This section changed what diss tracks could be. Showed you could attack someone's family structure, not just your mom jokes, actual parenting, offering to replace someone as father. This is deeply personal in a way that transcends music. Hip-hop community divided on if this went too far. Some say kids should be off limits. Others say Drake made his son public, fair game. Either way, everyone agrees this is the most devastating approach to diss track because it doesn't just hurt Drake now, it hurts his relationship with his son forever. It questions his fundamental value as human being, not just artist, as father, as man,
including accusing you of engaging in inappropriate relationships with underage women. What are your thoughts?
I don't even have a daughter. What is he talking about?
That's not even what I asked him.
This man really thinks that he's Pusha T. Like all these dark-skinned niggas got the same playbook.
Okay, but can you please at least address the allegations of you being a pet?
And some of y'all are really eating this up. Like, what have I ever done to make y'all think I would lie about something like this?
Didn't you hide Adonis from the world too?
I wasn't hiding my kid from the world. I was hiding the world from my kid.
How does this move stack up against Pac, Nas, Jay, Push, 50, M, all the goats who crossed the family line? Cause what Kendrick did, that might be a whole new level of psychological warfare. No cap. First, let's talk about why this comparison even matters. Hip-hop beef always been about pushing boundaries, right? The question is, where's the line between fair game and too far? Traditionally, your skills, your credibility, your street rep, that's all fair game. But family, that's always been controversial. Some of the most memorable diss moments involved family, but also some of the most criticized. Kendrick's approach to Adonis is unique though. He ain't just attacking the child, he trying to save the child from the parent. That's never been done before at this level. It's not, your kid is weak, it's, let me raise your kid, cause you can't. That's generational warfare, beloved. So here's what we comparing. Pac mentioning Biggie's wife and daughter, Nas going at Jay's alleged illegitimate child, Jay clapping back at Nas's baby mother and daughter, Pusha T exposing Drake's hidden son, 50 Cent's approach to Ja Rule's family, Eminem's boundaries with Haley, and then Kendrick's mentor offer to Adonis. We're gonna show what each approach accomplished, why Kendrick's might be the most psychologically sophisticated, and where the culture draws the line. Let's start with Tupac. On Hit 'Em Up, Pac made claims about Biggie's wife Faith Evans and even mentioned Biggie's daughter by name. He said he'd provide for the child better than Biggie could. The tone? Pure rage, sexual conquest, emasculation. Direct attack on Biggie's marriage and manhood, suggesting he was a better man and provider. This was personal warfare, not just rap. The hip-hop community was shocked. Even in an era of aggressive beef, this felt like crossing a line. Mentioning the wife is one thing, but the child? That's a different level. Some fans said it was too far, others said, all's fair in war. But everybody agreed, this changed the game. It showed beef could get truly personal. Not just artistic competition, but actual family warfare. Pac's goal was maximum emotional damage, and he succeeded. Biggie was reportedly devastated, but it also created real danger. When you bring in families, consequences become real. Not just career damage, but potential physical harm. Pac's approach was effective, but dangerous. Set a precedent that family could be involved, but also showed why that's problematic. Now, Nas versus Jay-Z. On Ether, Nas referenced rumors of Jay having a child he didn't claim, questioning Jay's manhood for allegedly abandoning his kid. How you gonna talk about being the best when you can't even take care of your kid? That's strategic, attacking Jay's character, not just his rap skills. Jay responded by mentioning Nas's daughter and baby mother, questioning Nas's financial support and presence. You worry about me, but are you taking care of your family? This was tit for tat, both trying to position themselves as better fathers and men. The back and forth showed both were willing to involve children, both using fatherhood as moral high ground, both understanding family attacks hit different, but neither rapper won these exchanges. Both look bad for involving kids. The culture was uncomfortable with both, led to the unwritten rule. Be careful with family. You can mention them, but there's a cost. The cost? You look petty, cruel, willing to hurt innocence. Both Nas and Jay eventually regretted these lines. Showed that family attacks might not be worth the backlash. Now, Pusha T. His approach was different. He didn't just mention Drake having a child. He revealed Drake was hiding his son. The accusation, Drake ashamed of his son, planning to use him for an Adidas campaign, not being a present father, just using the child as a business opportunity. Push positioned himself as defender of the child. I'm exposing this so the kid gets what he deserves. Drake is hiding his son. That's shameful. This was strategic brilliance. Push wasn't attacking the child. He was attacking Drake's treatment of the child. Big difference. Your kid is fair game versus you're failing your kid. The cultural response was more accepting because Push framed it as, I'm helping this kid by exposing his dad. Drake's response, or lack thereof, seemed to confirm it. He started being more public with Adonis after. Posted pictures, acknowledged him more. Push could claim, I forced Drake to be a better father. The attack worked because it had moral framing. Kendrick clearly studied Push's approach. Both say, I'm not attacking the child, I'm defending the child from the bad parent. This moral framing is key, makes the attacker look righteous instead of cruel. Push showed it was possible to involve a child without looking like the villain, if you position yourself as the child's advocate. Kendrick took this template and expanded it. Push exposed the hidden child. Kendrick offered to raise the child. Push said, Drake should acknowledge his son. Kendrick said, Drake should step aside and let me mentor him. That's evolution of the strategy. Now, 50 Cent. 50 had vicious beefs. Ja Rule, Fat Joe, others. But 50 had a rule about kids. He'd mention an opponent's family to prove he could. I know where your kids go to school. I know where your mother lives, but wouldn't actually attack the kids themselves. The message, I could hurt what you love, but I'm choosing not to. That's threat without execution. Showing power by showing restraint. More intimidating than an actual attack because it shows I'm in control. I choose when to strike. 50's approach created fear. If he's mentioning them but not attacking, that means he's holding back, which means he could attack anytime. This is ongoing psychological warfare. Opponent never knows when the line will be crossed, lives in constant anxiety about family. Meanwhile, 50 maintains moral high ground. I don't attack kids, I'm not that guy, but the threat is always present. This is sophisticated intimidation. By not fully attacking families, 50 avoided certain backlash. Couldn't be accused of going too far. Could always say, I showed restraint, but still accomplished the goal. Make opponent worry. This balance is strategic. Get benefits of family involvement without costs of family attacks. Kendrick could have taken this route, but he went further. Chose to fully engage with Adonis. Different calculation, different goals. Now, Eminem. M famously drew the line at his daughter Haley. Mentioned her himself frequently in his music, but if an opponent mentioned her, nuclear response. Multiple tracks about defending Haley from mentions. The principle, I can talk about my family, you can't. This is an interesting double standard, but understood in hip-hop culture. Your family equals your business. Opponent mentions equals violation. M enforced this hard. But M also mentioned other rappers' kids. creating the same double standard from the other side. I can mention your kids, but don't mention mine. This inconsistency was called out, showed difficulty of having family rules and beef. Everyone wants their family protected, but willing to attack opponent's family. The hypocrisy is obvious but common, because family attacks work. They hurt more than any bar about rap skills. Kendrick has his own family, wife, kids, featured them on Mr. Morale album cover, but maintains privacy around them. Doesn't talk about them publicly much. This protects them from counterattacks. Drake can't go at Kendrick's kids effectively because Kendrick hasn't made them public figures. Strategic advantage. Kendrick can involve Adonis because Drake made Adonis semi-public, but Drake can't reciprocate as effectively. Kendrick's family remains off limits by being invisible. This is chess, not checkers. So what makes Kendrick's approach unique? Every other example, attack or expose. Pac attacked Biggie's marriage. Nas/Jay questioned each other's parenting. Push exposed Drake hiding his son. 50 threatened but held back. M defended his own while attacking others. But Kendrick, he offered to help. Let me be your mentor. This is not attack, it's replacement. Your dad is failing you. I'll step in. Nobody's ever done this before. It's aggressive while seeming compassionate. I'm not hurting you, I'm saving you. Kendrick positions himself as good father, Drake is bad father, Adonis as victim who needs rescue. This moral framing is genius. Makes Kendrick the hero, Drake the villain, Adonis the damsel in distress. Hard to counter this narrative. If Drake says, "Stay away from my son," sounds defensive, like he hiding something. If Drake ignores it, seems to validate Kendrick's claim that he's absent, like inadequate. If Drake attacks Kendrick's parenting, looks petty and defensive. Kendrick created the trap with no good exit. Kendrick speaks in terms of generational trauma. Parents make mistakes that affect us until we're grown. This is therapeutic, psychological language, not battle rap. Family therapy. He's diagnosing Drake's family structure, identifying the disease, Drake's parenting, and offering the cure, his mentorship. This approach is sophisticated beyond typical beef, requires understanding of psychology, generational trauma, child development, father-son relationships. Kendrick bringing all this knowledge to bear against Drake's parenting.
Drake, what is so important that you have to fucking interrupt me? Like, did Kendrick drop again?
Yes.
Put they whole label on me, I'ma get them dropped. Hey, sweet chin music and I won't pass the ox. Hey, how many stocks do I really got in stock? Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Stop singing that damn song.
All previous family attacks were external, attacking from outside the family. Kendrick is offering to become internal, to be part of Adonis's life. This is more threatening than any attack. Attack equals temporary damage. Replacement equals permanent relationship change. Kendrick isn't trying to hurt Adonis, he's trying to take him. Like a custody battle disguised as a diss track, the psychological sophistication is unmatched. This will haunt Drake forever. Not, someone said mean things about my parenting, but someone offered to replace me as my son's father figure. That's existential threat to parental identity. Now the cultural debate. Did Kendrick go too far? Many in the hip-hop community uncomfortable. Kids should be off limits, period. Doesn't matter how you frame it, leave children alone. Adonis will grow up and hear this, that's cruel. Wishing someone was never born is beyond battle rap. Offering to replace someone's father is psychologically damaging. These are valid concerns. Even if strategically brilliant, there's an ethical question. Is winning a beef worth potentially harming a child's psychology? Even if intention is helping Adonis, the execution involves public humiliation of his father. Other side argues, Drake made Adonis public. Features him on album covers, social media. Can't make your kid a public figure, then cry foul. Drake went at Kendrick's family on Family Matters. All's fair in war, Drake started it. Kendrick's framing is actually protective of Adonis. He's not attacking the child, he's attacking Drake's parenting. This is no different than Pusha T exposing the hidden child, just more elaborate and sophisticated. The truth.
There is no clear line in hip-hop beef. Every generation pushes boundaries further. What was too far in the 90s is normal now. What seems extreme now might be standard later. The culture decides through collective response. If Kendrick faces massive backlash, he went too far. If culture accepts it, new precedent set. So far, response is mixed. Some think it's brilliant, some think it's cruel. This ambiguity means line is being tested. We're watching in real time to see where culture lands. Kendrick's approach will influence future beefs. If it's seen as successful strategy, other rappers will try similar tactics. Let me mentor your kids might become common. If it's seen as going too far, might create new boundary. You can mention family, but don't try to replace them. Either way, this moment is historic because it pushed the envelope in a new direction. Not more aggressive than past disses, but more psychological, more strategic in how it involves family. This is evolution of diss tracks, from physical threats to psychological warfare, from attacking people to replacing people. Kendrick showed new level is possible. Whether it should be done is a different question, but it can be done, and it's effective. That's what future battles will remember. That's it for today's breakdown, fam. Drop a comment. Did Kendrick go too far, or is this just the new standard for psychological warfare in hip-hop? Smash that like, subscribe for more, and keep your head on a swivel. This beef ain't over. Peace.